I'm having a crazy week. This whole week, I got the call Monday that I got to come up here, and I've been feeling like the whole week I'm on an episode of Catfish, and the day is the day I meet my girlfriend of 7 years that I had on MySpace, you know what I mean, for the first time. So I'm just, you know, I'm ready to get it on, man. So I guess we can roll into it.
First game we'll play Let Me Holla. It's a Wildin' Out girl in the middle of the stage, and you know, each cop gets the opportunity to holla at her.
Look at this dude,
right
man.
There. Go ahead and give her your best pick of line.
And what's going on, girl? You so fine, I beat my your driver's license picture. Man, that guy right there, like the hunger and the intensity that I had that day to try to make something happen. I don't think I've ever told this story before about me getting on Wildin' Out, but I had found out about this audition probably a week after I found out I was losing my job. I actually had to go and sell clothes at a place called Plato's Closet to be able to buy the ticket to come to New York to audition. And the whole flight up, I was just like, yo, I have to leave everything that I have in this space right here. I can't leave here without showing these people something that, you know, proves that I'm worthy of this opportunity.
This game we go play Dictionary. Dictionary, you know the game, it's the wordplay game. Asphyxiate.
Asphyxiate. Oh yeah, I was in my cousin's house, man. I was, you know, whipping up a little came back like 20 minutes later and little Fixie ate my work. Oh my goodness, man.
Masticate.
Masticate. Master Kate say we got to go out there and get the feel right before we go back in the house, because Master Kate is a mean master. All of these executives and all of these different people were sitting in this room. You know, it was always a bunch of, you know, collectively seated white folks whenever you know, do one of these things. So if you one of the young people that's trying to get into entertainment and you go to these auditions, just know that it will be strategically placed white people. You don't know what they do. They could be interns for all you know, but don't even pay them no attention. Just remember Chico told you, strategically placed white people will always be places where money is almost gonna be given to you. Just know that. Last time, man, you asked about impression. I didn't get a chance to do an impression for you. It's one impression I really want to do, man.
All right.
And I've been doing this for years, like ever since this show. I don't know if y'all familiar with the Boondocks, but Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. True story, I've always had this down. Even when I was in high school, when the show first came out, you was always one of the people that I had, you know, talked about in my impression of Uncle Ruckus. So maybe I'm just gonna do it a little bit, and I'll fix it up a little bit. All right, here we go. Well, would you look at here? If it isn't my favorite entertainer of all time, Nick Cannon. Boy, I love you to death, Nick Cannon. I love you like Chinese people love math problems, Nick Cannon. Would you like to know why I love you so much, Nick Cannon? I love you so much, Nick Cannon, because don't. You're about as popular in the community as white sheets and rope, Nick Cannon. Going into the New York audition, I knew exactly what they would be expecting of me. So even though he probably would have been fine with me not doing a impression, that was something that I was training myself to do throughout the week. And every one that I tried, I couldn't get, and I just wasn't satisfied with. And then the day that I was coming to New York, I literally remember, like, I used to do Uncle Ruckus all the time. Like, why am I trying to make myself do something that I don't know how to do when I can just do one that I was doing when in the lunchroom in high school? I'm from DC, but I do comedy in North Carolina, and I started at a comedy club down there called the Comedy Zone. And it's a predominantly white audience, real, you know, hate to be stereotypical, but there's a lot of rednecks that come in there. And there's one guy that comes in there all the time, real good friend of mine, his name's Eustace, and I always impersonate him. But I'm gonna do Eustace, and this is a conversation that me and Eustace really had. All right, so here's Eustace, me and Eustace having this conversation. Now, Anthony, now look here, I ain't trying to be racist or nothing, all right? But let me tell you exactly why there ain't never gonna be no dominant NASCAR driver that's black, all right? I ain't trying to be racist or nothing. But, all right, first thing is, seats don't go back far enough in the cars, all right? And this is the biggest thing. This is actually a true story. Like, this conversation actually happened with somebody. About 100, 120 miles per hour, all right? There's not a chance on God's green earth that a black man can drive 120 miles per hour anywhere without getting pulled over. They'll be pulling you guys over mid-race. Hey man, where you headed, buddy? Hopefully back to a basketball court. If I had anything to do with it, that would be nice. Just sitting here now and being able to see that and seeing that guy and remembering that time in my life and sitting here now, man, it just makes me reflect on how blessed I truly am as a person.
If you guys want to see more Wildin' Out videos, click right here and be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the craziness we got going down. Hit that subscribe button right over here.